Hey everybody, if you watch my channel, you know probably, or you might know that I just got a new compressor and it's like super quiet and I love it. And my old compressor sounded like a jet engine. So I'm thinking about doing more airbrush stuff on here, or like, talking over airbrushing and giving kind of like explicit airbrush stuff instructions on here. So one of the things that I recently did a solo show, an art show, where it was like all different kinds of marbling, like water marbling, and like doing different kinds of techniques to get like different cool like marble effects. And then painting goldfish on top of them. That was the whole art show. And but anyways, like I really like how this stuff looks, and like there's some cool different ways to do it, and you can use it on your your minis, like on terrain or whatever and stuff like that. So some of this stuff is airbrush, some of it's spray paint, and then there's like some other stuff. But you can kind of like pick and choose what you what you like and what you don't like. But there's a whole bunch of different like marbling stuff that I'm going to talk about here that you could use on to make terrain or minis or whatever. All right, so I've got these guys. These are candlestick holders. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're like 5 in a bag and they're super cheap. They're like $2 or something. But so I hit them with a spray paint that's it has like a chalky finish to it. Just a chalky gray, kind of dark gray, like slate spray paint, which is going to be a nice base for the next step. So yeah, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to try. I just recently got a new compressor and a new airbrush. This isn't it. This isn't the new one. Why don't you have a quick release on you? Close to. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to try. Oh, geez. Sorry, technical problems. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of different things that I want to try. And now that I have my new compressor, it won't be like super loud. It won't sound like a jet engine here when it's on. Ah, that's wonderful. So yeah, first off, I want to get like a base layer on these guys, and we'll do one trick to start with. All right, I've got a light gray here, and I'm just gonna mix it right in there, straight out of the little paint tube. And what I'm going to use, in fact, I'm going to get this ready before I actually do it. I'm going to use some cling wrap, saran wrap, and I'm just going to get that ready, and I'm going to go on, and I'm going to go on pretty heavy. And I have my air pressure pretty low on this guy, so I'm getting a lot of like splotchiness, which is totally fine. First down, and then I'm just gonna bunch this up and then go around and dab it off in places. and that's gonna start to get some of that marbling kind of texture. So I am kind of using this like a zenithal kind of. I want to create some highlights and keep some shadows. But I'm not too worried about it at this point. This is the base layer. There's one trick that I'll show you later that you actually want to start with. You don't want to work dark to light, you want to work light to dark with it. But for this is just going to be a nice base layer. So I'm just going to dab off some paint, create some little ripple kind of effects. If you want to create some speckling effects, one thing that you can do is put a kink in your line. And you'll kind of get some of that splattering. Another way alternatively that you could do this too is to take paint and put it on the cling wrap, and then, you know, create some kind of marble kind of stuff, and then just kind of like roll it on there. This is going to get covered up by the next layer anyways, but okay, now some other things that we can do. So I see a lot of people where they do stuff like this, and they use well, so I like dryer sheets. That's kind of the long and short of it. This is like polyester batting. This is the kind of stuff that you find in like your comforter, you know, like a teddy bear if you crack them open, or I don't like this stuff as much. I prefer cotton balls because there's you can use them to do like blotting kind of stuff. And then this is a used dryer sheet, and I feel like these are way better for getting like texture, because I've seen people do this with they do it with like sanitary wipes, you know, and things like that. But I feel like the best thing to use is a dryer sheet and a cotton ball. I'll show you what I mean. So I have this, change the colors in here. I'm going to use some of this Vallejo Model Air Rust color. Okay, so if I pull apart a cotton ball, show you what we can do with this. You do get that spidery, like kind of vein look with it. Cover up some of this gold. But what I can do is I can like blot at it with the cotton, you know, to like get some more kind of effects on there, more like kind of marbling look. Or alternatively, if we use the dryer sheet, I think this looks the best. And you know, the further you hold it back, the less you're gonna get that effect. But if you put it up close, you know, if you really like hold it up against there, you get a lot more of the kind of veiny look. But then this is better for creating like blotty kind of a blotty I don't know, like stone kind of vein look. I think these are better for like kind of like thin little spider web kind of veins. Turn on my air pressure a little more. And the more loaded up with paint my cotton ball gets, the more I can blot at it. And I am painting dark to light, but you could totally do this the other way and get a totally different effect. I'm going for a kind of marbled alabaster look. Right, and now that I've got some good kind of splotches down, I'm gonna take a index card and I'm just gonna do some random rips to use this as like a stencil. And I just want some kind of cool random you know, veiny things like this. Let's do some more of this brass color. And I'm just putting like a drop in because I'm not going to be like doing quick changes really. I'm just going to kind of mix it as I go, like doing some different colors. Trick that you can do if you want to get some interesting looking splatters is like load up the tip, and then it gets this, you get like it's kind of hard to show on camera, but you basically get splatters that form on the tip of like something like this, and then you you know, just blow them off at like a 45-degree angle, kind of like that. Or you can alternatively you can turn your air pressure down really low. If you turn the pressure down really low on your airbrush, you're gonna get some like kind of atomizing effects, just because the paint isn't going to fully turn into a mist. I'm gonna keep going making veinies. Okay, so got a lot of different kind of marbling looks on these guys. So for the last part, the final step, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these guys outside, and I have like a takeout container that's got some water in it, and then I'm gonna do one last little thing with the spray paint outside. And I tried to record this outside with my phone, so of course the video got corrupted. But basically all I'm doing is I'm just taking some different colors of spray paint, and then like spraying them on top of the water to get that marbling kind of effect. And then the Tamiya surface primer seemed to actually work a lot better than this like charcoal gray chalky spray paint that I had for some reason. And then also I'm using a little bit of alcohol ink, and like my hope was that it would sort of break up the like the alcohol would like repel the binder, but it's not acrylic, so it doesn't work that way. It works with acrylic binder, but not with spray paint, because it's it's like a lacquer, like an oil based. But yeah, so just take the guys and then just kind of dunk them. Just pick something that looks interesting, and then you just dunk them on there in the water, and then you can get some cool looking water marbling effects that way. And I think if the best way, if you did a lot of like kind of like airbrushing, or if you did a lot of painting before this and you wanted to just get a little bit of marble on the outside with the water dip, is to do like a few colors and then use like something that's clear, like a clear coat, to just blow in there, or maybe just blow on it with like a straw or something to create some little voids, and then dip it down onto the little voids. But it you need to seal it down, and then it doesn't stick that well, so you can kind of move it around with your finger a little bit or something. But yeah, like after it dries, it does cure, but you need to like actually seal it down to get it to stay on there. So I hit these guys with some dull coat, and then obviously that dulled down the finish a little bit, and I lost some of the airbrush layer a little bit. I went a little bit heavy-handed with this, so I'm gonna go back in and then just do a little bit more airbrushing on top. And like I swear, like when you get a cotton ball that's like this loaded up with paint, that's when you actually get the coolest looking effects, Alright, that's the finished product, and yeah, I might go back later and do some weathering on these guys to make them look a little dirtier. I'm going to be using them for like Frostgrave and D&D and dungeons and stuff like that, but I do like the marbling effect. I think it looks cool. But if you guys liked the video, consider dropping a like or subscribing. It just means I might show up in your feed instead of like the endless like soy boy content. Recently YouTube has been trying to shove transsexuals like detransitioning their voices or whatever down my throat on my feed. I don't know, but yeah, so take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. We're working on more Frostgrave and more Warcry stuff soon.